Today, in this video, we are going to go over the 5 most common misconceptions in email marketing. And if this is your first time here, I'd love it if you can hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you get notified every time I go live. And if you like the value that I'm putting out here in these videos, smash that like button and let's get started. All right, we're back. And one of the things that I really love about email marketing is its versatility and the fact that it's been around since forever. I mean, email marketing was first introduced back in the 80s. And well, actually, I take that back. It was introduced in the 70s, but it became a little bit more mainstream in the 80s and 90s. And then it just has been growing from there. But the big thing that I think that a lot of people really miss are a few different misconceptions, and I'm going to cover those right now. And stick around to the end because I'm going to actually give you some information on how you can avoid a lot of these misconceptions and get really deep into getting started with email marketing or expand your email marketing as it is. So first of all, email marketing, powerful tool. It's actually one of the only marketing strategies that you can completely own by yourself. Now, you don't have to do it that way. A lot of people don't do it that way these days. But in today's video, we're going to go over the 5 misconceptions that people have about email marketing. Now, the first one is that email marketing only works with people with large lists. Wrong. Email marketing actually is a great way to start building a list. And people don't realize that. They think that email marketing needs to be this big, extravagant, you have to have tens of thousands or even hundreds of thousands of subscribers to even do anything with it. And I can tell you firsthand experience that even with a list that I normally have about 600 to 700 active subscribers and usually hovering around that 2,000 or so total subscribers, that's one of those things that I can still make money from that list. And I do. I just made a couple sales the other day just from my emails that went out. And so the big misconception that people have is that you won't make money unless your list is big. And that's simply just not true. You can make a ton of money from an email list if you have the right offers, going to the right audience, and delivering the right value. And in reality, from what I've noticed over the last 18 months that I've been really digging hard. Actually, we're coming up on 2 years now that I've been digging hard into digital marketing. When it comes to emails, it can ebb and flow. I've had months that I've done really well. I had one month that I did well over $1,000 with a 200-person list. And then I've had other months where I've done 50 or 60 bucks from my emails on having 2,000 people on my list. It just really depends on how things are going with your offers, what you're promoting, how much value you're providing your list. So definitely don't think that you have to. Most email marketers actually make money with a smaller list because it's a very niche list and a very niche audience. And that audience wants what they have, so they don't need a lot of people. So number 2 is that email marketing is hard to do. You guessed it, wrong. Actually, if you can talk and tell stories and you're able to hold a conversation, or even if you can do video just like this, you can actually do email marketing. And the reason for that is because most emails are stories of challenges, stories of triumph, stories of heartache, and stories of the cool things that you're doing with your marketing strategies. And you put those into lessons, you put those into sometimes you just put the story straight in. Okay. And a good example of that is I actually had an email that was talking about my 5-year-old, and he was describing a little Hot Wheels car to me. And he was describing how the tires needed to be on or else it can't roll. And the engine had to be in there or otherwise it can't drive. And the windshield had to be on, otherwise the driver will get bugs in his face and he can't see and he'll spin out and crash into
Whoa, guys, whoa. Oh, no. Oh, my gosh.
What was really cool about it is I could relate that to business. I use that to talk about all the things that you needed in a successful affiliate marketing business in order to make money. So you can use stories and inspiration from everywhere. It's not hard. You just have to be willing to put some of that stuff down on paper. And to be honest, if you're not great at telling stories, don't worry. I wasn't great at it either. It just takes practice. The best advice I give people is talk about what you struggled with and how you got better. Eventually, those will turn into stories and you can provide that to your list. So the third misconception that usually is brought up within email marketing is that you should be earning $1 per subscriber on your list per month. Yes and no.
Maybe not.
We kind of talked about this a little bit earlier, but I'm going to go a little bit more in depth. It's a misconception, but it's not something that's far off. So is it possible to make that kind of money on your list? Yes. Is it possible to do that when just starting out? Not really. And the reason I say that is because you have to build trust and rapport with the people from your list. You have to provide them with value and give them the things that they want. And through that process, they'll learn to trust you and they'll be more likely to buy from you. So down the road, is it more likely once you've gotten a little time under your belt and you've done some email marketing that you can make $1 from each subscriber on your list every month? Sure. Now that doesn't mean that every subscriber gives you $1. It just means that on average, so based on the size of your list, so let's say 1,000 person list, for example, that on average, you could potentially be earning $1,000 a month from that 1,000 person list. Now that doesn't mean you'll only earn $1,000 a month, and it doesn't mean you'll always earn $1,000 a month. It just means that that is the potential that you have. So number 4 is that you need a list of 50,000 people or more to be successful. No, you do not need 50,000 emails or more. Now, the reason this one, I put it in here, it kind of seems redundant. You know, the whole email marketing only works for people with large lists versus this one. This was a direct question I got from somebody on Reddit. They messaged me and said, I think you're a fake. I think you're a liar. I think that you are telling people that they can do this because you're trying to sign people up to something, but I know better. You can't make any money unless you have 50,000 people or more on your list. Absolutely not. 100% false. You can be successful with email marketing with a small list, even just a couple hundred people. I know guys that are marketing on TikTok and Instagram Reels and YouTube Shorts right now that they don't do anything else. They just put out these short videos and they have a list of maybe 200 or 300 people, and these guys are making $10,000 to $15,000 a month. It's not about the size of your list. It's about how you use the list. As long as your list is targeted with the right audience, you don't need a large list. Yes, a large list means that you have more opportunity to make sales more often, but a small and targeted list is going to get you more loyal customers who will buy from you time and time again. So don't think that you have to have 50,000 people or more on your list. A couple hundred people to get rolling is great. And a lot of people, little bonus tip, how do you get those couple hundred people to start? You got to get your face out there. You got to get your content out there. You got to get people to click on your links and opt into your content. So the fifth and final and probably the biggest impactful of the 5 is that email marketing is a dying strategy. Absolutely not. 100% false. Zero way that it's dying. Now, here's something to think about, okay?
Wait, yep. Okay. Go.
Take a look at all the big retailers out there. Target, Walmart, Best Buy, Home Depot. When you go check out from them now, what do you notice that's different? They're asking if you want your receipt via email. Also, if you do that, what are you doing? You're giving them your information and then they market to you. I tested that theory. I'd never used my email. We have a sports store here locally called Shields. Never used my email. I finally did. And there was a little box that I read underneath that says, this opts you into our marketing and promotional emails. Click yes if you agree. Now, who's really going to read the fine print underneath the box that you're confirming your email? Well, I'm a marketer. I read the fine print. So I hit yes. And sure enough, by the time I got home, I had 2 different emails outside of my receipt. One of them that was welcoming me into their list, and another one that was a 10% off gift card thing that I could take in on my next purchase, and it expired in like a month. So what do you think I did? I went in and got 10% off of a purchase. So email marketing absolutely does work. Every one of these big emails are doing these big retailers are doing basically everything through email right now. There's not a single company out there that doesn't, or that has a website that doesn't have some sort of opt-in for more information or marketing. And if email was a dying strategy, the biggest corporations would be dropping it first. These big corporations that make billions of dollars a year are not going to waste money on a dying strategy. They're hiring some of the smartest minds and the biggest marketers out there to tell them what works and what works best. And email is always at the top of the list. Number one, social media is not something you own. So you can't actually grow successfully on social media, because what happens if, like back in October when Facebook went down, everybody who had an email list didn't blink an eye. I didn't blink an eye. I put a video up on TikTok and I sent a couple emails out to my list, made a couple sales. I was happy. But the people who relied on Facebook were screaming. And I have a couple of them that I'm personally friends with, and they were losing their minds. And I said, "Where's your emails?" And they're like, "Well, they're in my autoresponder." Send them an email. So every business strategy relies on email for delivery of most of their content, right? Want a receipt? You get an email. You want to contact someone? Send them an email. Want to give feedback? Put in your email. Even all those forms you filled out online, they send emails to the recipients. So the only reason people say email is dead is because they're trying to sell you their thing. Now, yes, I am also a salesperson. I am also a marketer. I am also an affiliate. So I'm trying to sell things too. But here's the biggest difference. I'm looking at what works now, and I want to utilize those features. Some people want to take the fear and market that. It's a successful marketing strategy, but it's probably going to be something to do with paid ads or organic, and has nothing to do with emails. But you know what's funny? I guarantee you they're using emails as well. So that's the 5 things. Now, I will tell you a little bit about, I talked about it in the beginning. So I do have an ebook that I'd like to give out to you, and it is going to be down below. It is written by a gentleman by the name of Nick Bramble, and Nick is a veteran email marketer. He put this book together because he believes in teaching people the foundations of how to be a successful email marketer. And the hard part is a lot of people just really don't grasp the foundational concepts to be able to do these things successfully. So what he's done is he's laid it out. I think the book's about 180 pages or something like that. And in that book, it's going to give you the strategies, the foundation. It's going to talk to you about the different value ladders and how the marketing actually works, and how you effectively become a great email marketer. And there's going to be some other offers in there that, you take it or leave it. They're good offers. It's what I believe in right now is the best way to make money online. But the biggest thing I want you to focus on is that free ebook, because that's going to help you out with learning more about why I did this video and why it's important to stick around with email marketing, because it's going to be here for the long haul, and it's going to be the number one way that people are going to own their list.